bits of art, we move to another artist here in studio with us, because we will be continuing those discussions. And of course, for more information, you can head over to the Dada's Instagram and Facebook pages. But for now, in studio, we are talking art. Conceptual artist, writer and graphic designer Candice Sobers joins us in the capacity of Artist of the Week as we continue our partnership with the Art Society of Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning and welcome.
Thank you for having me.
And
How are you doing, Candice? You all right?
she's great
right.
because she was nodding emphatically for that conversation with the use of art and fighting crime and things of that sort.
I'll be going soon.
Well,
that's
because
right.
I know saying that you use your art for cultural influence on social issues and that
Yes.
kind of thing as well. Why did you decide to use art for that?
Well, I did an MPhil in cultural studies, and I saw it as an outlet. I was given the opportunity to have an exhibition as a graduate. You had to write a thesis, but you
Right.
could have had an exhibition. So from there, I just, when you do something and for so many years, it becomes part of you. So then I was like, okay, this is my thing. I'm going to take cultural issues and communicate it in an artistic way.
Now that means that you haven't been doing this just 2-3 years. We're talking many, many years.
Many
towards
years.
This. But can I ask, when you first started getting involved with visual art specifically, whether it be another form or this particular version?
Well, I started as early as I could remember, like maybe 5, maybe as soon as I knew that I was doing it, I started doodling and writing stories and then creating illustrations to go with the stories before I could even write language properly. So
Nice. Well, that makes sense. You're probably a proper artist. All right, so can we get into some of the pieces that you've loaned us for the week? Let's start with the
Okay.
one behind me, since we now finished celebrating Diwali.
Right.
So tell me about this piece behind me.
So this is the temple by the sea, and it's a popular piece that most people like to depict. But I just wanted to put a spin on it to give it like an ambience, like what it felt like when I visited.
Yeah.
So like the evening, the colors are very warm, and you can see the movement and the flags, and just the fact that it's how it was built, how many years it was built, and the mastery of the architecture. So I just wanted to put it in a way that I want my experience to translate to somebody else.
If you had to use a word to describe the feeling that you felt.
I would just say honored to be in such a space and to be able to witness it. So I think most of my work, I try to do it in a way that my perspective would be translated in some way to a public audience. But obviously, I wouldn't be always happy with what I do. I'll try as best as I can.
Yeah.
She says obviously.
Obvious, because that's how artists work.
You're never happy and never
We are
satisfied.
fine. We are enthralled, and we are wondering what the next piece beyond, well, that first one is supposed
So
to
the
depict as
young
well.
lady who's in Euphoria, apparently.
She is happy or sad?
Well, the name of the piece is called Living Above Offense.
So she's happy.
So no, she's living
No?
above offense.
Above offense.
So,
She's been
in
offended
everyday
in some
life,
way.
people do things to offend you, and you have to find a way to rise above
above.
it
Yeah.
all the time. So it's literally a fence there, and she's looking up beyond her problems, and because of that, you see the band of yellow, which is going across her face to show that she has reached a stage where she's able to rise above it. At the time when I painted it, Miss Universe had created, she had killed herself, she had committed suicide, Miss Universe.
USA.
Yes, USA. And then I was like so moved because when she did that, I find the figure looked something like her, and the timing was perfect. And I said, wow, if only she had lived above offense, she would have been able to overcome.
So just so I understand, this was created before that happened?
Like the same week, and it happened.
Really? Because she does look
She
like
does
the
look
delegate.
like her, not exactly like her, but then I thought, because the hair and the figure, and
There's some similarities.
yes,
Wow.
and that was in 2022.
Right.
All right, so the third one that we have here, we see a young lady sitting down on the stairs, the
Right.
pot turned down.
Right,
Because
the
clearly
pot
she ain't
turned
cooking
down.
today.
She's not cooking today.
Tell us about this
like
one.
So this is like local pecan
Right.
when they say pot turned down,
Right.
which is really like a way to express, well, women, we are busy and we work and we don't always have time to cook. And there's an expectation that we should be cooking every evening. And it's to break that expectation so that we would feel like, maybe this could be shared, in a 50-50 relationship.
Right.
I mean, so it's that way of kind of breaking those gender roles.
Agreed.
But it's not annoyed. It's just
Well, I
a
was just about
stand.
to ask her disposition, her face itself.
It's a real
looking
tudor in her
turned up.
face.
It's awesome
It's a
attitude.
real tudor
She
in her
looks
face.
like, boy, don't ask me anything.
Yes.
Yeah, that's definitely the vibe. All right, I like her. And the final piece on set with us has some clear depictions that I'd love to hear your interpretation of.
It seems very religious.
But
Or am I
just
mistaken that?
Well, it has some religious aspects to it.
The
but
crosses, for sure.
It's an overpopulation.
Really?
That's the name of it.
Overpopulation.
Overpopulation.
So we have the world being hot, you know, and then we have migrants moving from country to country. Then we have, you can see a lady, just a pregnant belly, birthing children. So there's
Holding the belly.
overpopulation,
Right.
and then there's fetuses there. And abortion as they go down, because you know that's a problem. If you can't, abortion is a real issue, and then that's why we have death. There's a lot going on. Then there's unemployment and underemployment, but those parts are more abstracted.
Right. Tell me about the use of color here, because it's meant to be, I guess, kind of bleak, kind of harsh.
Warm.
But yes, I get very warm from this. I don't
Right.
necessarily get the entirely negative connotation. Was that deliberate?
Well, warm to me, I was just thinking like if it's overpopulation, it gives the connotation of too much excess, hot,
Okay.
overheating.
I get climate change one time.
That
yes.
too?
Yeah.
In her words, but in the picture, I don't necessarily feel that.
I feel the warmth. I
like
feel the
it.
heat. I feel like
Right.
the Earth's crust is just boiling hot as a
Right.
result.
Right.
So I get it. But it's very, very interesting. How long did this piece take? Because it's huge.
About 4 days.
Wow. Nice. Candice, congratulations on
Yes.
all of the work that you've been doing, and thank you so much for joining us and sharing some of it with us. We're going to keep it for the week.
That's
We're gonna show
great.
people
She seems surprised. But if we wanted to get in touch with you or connect with even more work, how do we find you?
Well, I have a page on Facebook and also on Instagram, just Candice Sobers. I keep it simple.
Nice. All right, so look
Right.
for her on IG, look for her on Facebook. Candice Sobers is the name. You do not want to forget it. Thank you so much for joining us this morning,
No
Candice. Do
problem.
enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll give you back these things Friday. So
Oh, Friday, great.
Friday, Saturday, somewhere around there.
Somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah. Guys, we take a quick break, and we come back with your birthdays on Now. Stay tuned.